This is a dangerous plant. Get rid of it now before it goes too big for you to do anything about it. I'm in Salad and I Saw Little Shop of Horrors is directed by Frank Oz, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. The movie starts unexpectedly as a musical about the slums. It took me a second to realize what was happening, but oh my goodness, the only way to live is to sing, especially if you have a failing plant business in the middle of Slum City. What was it called? For some reason, I know that that's not the name, but I just naturally want to call it Slum City. We have Seymour, and Seymour brings home this weird plant, and immediately this weird plant is contributing to business. And when I saw this weird plant, I'm like, okay, that looks like a Venus flytrap, but deadlier. Also, why is everyone's reaction to buy plants at this weird plant shop? There's one weird plant, and instead of wanting to take that plant, you want to take other normal plants? Why? I don't understand the psychology around it, but hey, they got some new business and they got a plant that they gotta keep fed. Seymour is like, I don't know what to feed you, but he accidentally gets cut and the plant's like, live me your blood, I need it, let me lick your blood, let me have a little suck on it, suck it, and I'm like, this is a dangerous plant. Get rid of it now before it goes too big for you to do anything about it. Seymour is in a predicament, okay? Seymour has to live with this plant who requires blood, but since this plant is causing the family business to go well, he feels obligated to do it. And I'm like, man, what a good guy, self-sacrificing guy. I think he's a little bit too self-sacrificing. I feel like he's a little bit too down on himself. There's a few characters that are quite scary in this movie. First of all, we have the dentist, which is the worst dentist I've ever seen. He likes to get high on that laughing gas that makes patients go laugh, but instead he's laughing and the patients can feel everything. And I'm like, why do you go to this dentist? Is it because he's cheap? Is it because, oh yeah, it's so cheap that I'm just gonna go to this dentist, I don't have any money, but this guy so cheap because he wants to murder your mouth and he's willing to do it for no money. I'm like, no, I cannot look at this dentist scene. I'm like looking away, like in pain, because it's like, I feel like it's my mouth, like my mouth is getting messed with by this guy, and I just feel so much pain towards all the victims that he's having to deal with the mouths of. I guess it's not technically having to deal with it because he really enjoys their mouths. What's the pleasure of cutting people's mouths open? I don't understand it. We also got this cute chick. She speaks in a really high-pitched voice. She's like, yeah, hi, yeah, I'd like to order 2 subs, please, and a Coke, and a Diet Coke as well, and then 20 foot-long sandwiches, please, or something like that. Really, really high-pitched voice, and she's just really sweet, but oh my goodness, do you see the titties on those things? I go, awooga. I'm actually cosplaying her right now to the best of my ability. This plant gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and Seymour is trying to attract the chick with the blonde hair. Oh, the sweet voice lady. Oh yeah, Seymour. Yeah, I'll be with you. Oh wow, what happened to my boyfriend, who is the dentist? He was doing a little abuse on me. I'm really sad. Where did he go? And Seymour's like, not in here. Meanwhile, there's a whole musical score on how the plant is like, you gotta feed me. And Seymour's like, no. And then he convinces Seymour to commit murder, so he's about to murder the dentist, but the dentist gets high on laughing gas, and then the mask breaks, so he doesn't get any oxygen, and he just kind of sits there asphyxiating. I'm like, Seymour didn't technically murder this guy. I think you'll be fine, Seymour. You can sleep easy now. Chop him up into little bits, get caught. Oh, it's no big deal. Who cares if you get caught? I mean, it's your silhouette, and you see a silhouette of a guy chopping up something. Who do you think it's gonna be? Well, this guy clearly doesn't want to investigate. The owner of the business. I'm like, you are now snoopy enough to investigate a noise that you heard, but you're not stupid enough to go around the corner and investigate what's going on with that noise? no wonder your business is failing, guy. Audrey 2 is the name of the plant, and the plant requires more sustenance. He wants to be fed more and more. And eventually Seymour says no. And then the plant attracts the chick and almost eats her. Luckily, Seymour is there in time to save that chick, but it's quite unfortunate. The fate of the business owner. I'm like, oh man, got him. Ooh yeah. I don't really like that guy that much. He really does suck. But now there's no need for this plant to exist because this guy's business is gone because this guy is gone. Would it technically be the business gone if the guy running it is gone? I mean, like, what about the facts and numbers that you gotta keep in your head for running a business? Now that you've been gone unexpectedly, probably didn't really set up anything to continue this business. Now you have a guy who owns a business, now dead. I'm like, Seymour, do you plan on keeping, oh no you don't. You don't plan on keeping the business at all. You got a guy coming to like, hey, yeah, let's take this plant, let's reproduce it, let's give it to a bunch of kids, and then Seymour's like screaming at him like, no, get out, no, no, right? And I'm just like, oh no, this plant is a disaster, oh no. Oh yeah, there's a bug there! Oh my freaking god. Seymour is like, we gotta get rid of this plant. All right, it's gotta go down, it's gotta go fall. And I'm like, good job wasting this plant. It only took you the entire movie and a lot of singing. First of all, the musical numbers are pretty great. I did not mention this before, but I gotta applaud the musical numbers. They're top notch. Also, the fact that he has a nice, cute time with Audrey since he's like, oh, I gotta keep this plant alive because Audrey won't like me. And Audrey, the chick. It's weird how they're both named Audrey. The chick is like, oh yeah, I like to. Even before the plant, get rid of Audrey too. No. I'm like, oh geez. First of all, why is the plant called Audrey 2? It's because there's already an Audrey here. Why would you name a plant after somebody you know? Anyway, they run away. They have a cute little traditional house and wife and life and stuff like that. It's all fun. And there's some tiny plants there. And I'm like, oh no, is this some sort of self-defense plant? Like if there's an intruder at your house, it's going to snap at the ankles of the intruder, and then it's gonna be like effectively like a guard dog. That'd be cool. So all of the musical numbers are fun. I like the musical numbers. I like the characters. I was not expecting this movie to go in the direction that it did. I was like, oh, it's just about a musical about being in the slums. Oh, it's about owning a plant that's eating people, and Seymour has to live with himself, pretty much. He's trying to get the girl. Man, Seymour is full of dilemmas in his brain. There's too many bugs out here. I just want to quickly say that I like the camera movement. I like how the movie reminded me of like a play. Like I was watching some sort of play, but it was like a full street instead of maybe like a stage, like a full street play. It kind of reminded me a tiny bit of La La Land in the fact that you're using the street and using the environment around you as your stage. But not so much La La Land as it's not heavily saturated. There's a lot of gross colors because we're in an area where there's a bunch of trash and nobody's coming to pick up the trash here, and there's a lot of dirty buildings and such like that. The only part that's really heavily saturated is like the end and also the plant, but the plant gets like super sinister and he gets darker and darker in color, like less saturated rather in color the more and more the movie progresses, which is fun. Overall, I thought this was a very fun movie. I enjoyed it. What do you think of Little Shop of Horrors? Do you like it? Is there any other movie like that you've ever seen? Leave a comment below. I gotta give this movie, based on personal enjoyment, a solid like 7.4 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer, so if I haven't reviewed on a channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. If you'd like to request a movie in the comments below, you can do it, or you can fast track a movie review at patreon.com/ASEPresents. $20 a month for one movie review per 1 month, $3 a month, how to draw Pokemon tutorials, posted early and first. Patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews, you can go to this link tree to find the way that you can help support the daily grind of all these daily movie reviews. So you can go here. And until next time, I'm Mint Salad. I'll see you later, my croutons, bacon bits.